Hey guys, my name is Kiss Show Ace, and just like the title says, I just recently participated in CLG's Burst series, so I'm going to talk about my experience. But just to give some background about myself, I have been playing fighting games semi-seriously since the release of Ultra Street Fighter 4, so a little late to the party, but I began actually competing in tournaments with DBFZ, so you could call me a DBFZ player. But I've gotten my hands dirty in Tekken 7, SF5, and Grand Blue Versus. In terms of experience with Guilty Gear, I've only really played Rev 2 very casually and Plus R kind of casually. So I learned about the tournament on Tuesday, so I had 3 or so days to prepare, which honestly isn't a whole lot of time, but I decided to divide up the 3 days by examining some common matchups that I come across. So I'll be up front. I'm a Gorilla main, so I play Soul. Soul's the character I played in all the betas, and he's just the character that is most appealing to me. Originally, I was planning to play Kai, but he's changed so much since Exert and even Beta 1 that I decided to drop him. I think if I were to pick up a new character though, it might be either Chip or Axel. So for day 1, I did some optimization stuff, so I optimized my 50-meter corner combos. For the most part, I just converted into dust loops, which are kind of sick in this game, not gonna lie. I definitely was missing them from the beta, but I'm glad that it's back. Actually, speaking of dust loops, I came up with a side switch dust loop that makes the dust loop launch them into the corner. Feel free to steal it, it's kind of sick. But yeah, the optimization is one of the fun parts about playing fighting games, just coming up with new combo routes and finding character-specific routes, or finding cool-looking routes like this one right here. You can RC back to get some distance for Gunflame to hit later, which means that you can link Vortex for super far corner carry. But yeah, the earliest parts of a fighting game, typically optimization comes before matchup tech starts to come out. So after doing my due diligence, I started looking at the Mei matchup. This is definitely Gorilla number 2, so it's going to be a common matchup, I feel like. I've definitely been frustrated often in this matchup, so learning about some of the common situations definitely helped. So I went over what to do after blocking or getting hit by her dolphins. If you guys want to see a longer video on that, please let me know. But the TLDR of that is S Totsugeki I can generally mash out on S to beat out most options besides jump or backdash. H Totsugeki I don't want to block or get hit by at all because I have less options that are clean answers, so I should try to interrupt them with 6P as much as possible. It's somewhat reactable, and in block strings you can OS a 6P. You input 6P at the timing where a gap would be if she cancels her button into H Totsugeki. So what this will look like, if she cancels into S Totsu, it'll be a true block string, so nothing will come out, and you'll just block the hit. But if she cancels into H Totsu, you'll counter it with 6P. But she can delay cancel into S Totsu, so she can beat your OS if she's delaying. She can actually counter hit you if she times it well, which is the worst place to be. Either way, it's an interesting layer to the matchup that you'll just have to get the read on. On day 2, I took a look at the Potemkin matchup, and he's definitely a grappler with frustrating tools to fight against. So I started off by learning my punish to Mega Fist. That's going to be a move you'll want to challenge or punish as much as possible. Because of the hitbox, you can't anti-air it with any 6Ps or non-invincible anti-airs. Actually, Sajam proved me wrong on this one. It's possible to 6P it, it's possible to 5K it, at least for Soul, and it's definitely possible to DP it. But it's kind of hard to react to, so if you're not looking out for it, I think blocking it and then punishing after is the easiest answer. So to punish it, you can use really quick moves like 5K, 2K, 5P, and 2P. Soul gets a pretty good punish if Potemkin misspaces the Mega Fist in 5K 6S, but with good spacing, the best punish Soul can get is 2K. But that's generally fine because you'll be at plus frames, so you can push a mix-up with 5S or run up throw. Also interestingly, the most common response to Soul's 5S pressure is to mash 2P or 5P. But Potemkin can't really do that, because Potemkin's 5P is duckable. Soul can do 2S or even 2D to punish that. So to prevent Soul from ducking, you should do 2P. But if you try that, Potemkin's 2P actually trades with Soul's 5S anyway, and this trade is in Soul's favor. So Soul's 5S pressure gets even better on Potemkin. Anyway, a common button Potemkin will use is 5HS, which is huge. It can actually hit Vortex on startup for some odd reason, and if I IAD or instant air dash at it, I can still get hit by it. So that means I'll have to Vortex earlier and air dash at a higher height in order to hit him. However, this opens a door for Potemkin to react with 6P or 2D in the mid-range, So maybe just blocking 5HS and trying to get pressure in is the correct response, until you realize that you can actually special cancel his 5HS. The most common option I've come across is actually slide head, which is punishable if you IAD, but it gets beaten by 5HS hammerfall break, so you have to learn to differentiate between the two. On day 3, I didn't really lab a specific matchup. Instead, I just played a whole bunch of matches to get some more matchup experience. I played against a pretty good Giovanna, and I learned that I have some knowledge gaps in that matchup. And I played against Cloud 805 and got my ass handed to me. But I think it was a pretty good experience. I wasn't able to take any games, but a couple rounds were pretty close, which to me means that I'm on the right track. At the very least, my game plan is working and is solid. I just need better decision making in the neutral, and I might be able to see some real progress. On the day of the tournament, I unfortunately got no sleep from the night before. I think I was too excited for the tournament, and it's super hot in my room, so I got zero sleep. What can you do, right? But thankfully, I did get in a decent breakfast, and I made some tea to help me stay awake for the tournament. But yeah, my first 2 matches were definitely rough, even though I did take them 2-0. Round 1, I played against an Anji. They were pretty good. They had their punish combos well practiced, so there were times where I was the one making the comeback. But I pulled through by mixing him up with 5S and grabs, so nothing too intense. You got that, okay. Oh, we did it! We did it! Oh, God. My second game, I played against a Potemkin, and I did manage to punish some hammer fists and some slide heads, but I guess some Potemkins have stopped doing 5HS into slide head, so I didn't get to punish that specifically. Hey guys, this is future editor Kisshow Ace here, and I just realized that there is no such move called Hammer Fist, and this Potemkin didn't even throw out Mega Fist too often. I think like the 2 times that he did, the one time I bursted to keep him in the corner, and then the other time was perfectly spaced, so I couldn't punish it anyway. So yeah, and I didn't even get to punish a slide head. Every time I did it, I think I just caught him holding down back, so yeah. Either way, it's one of my most experienced matchup because my friend plays Potemkin. Shoutouts to you, Tim. Yeah, I did struggle a bit though. Some rounds were fairly close, but I did manage it to No! Oh, fuck. I should RC'd down, but I RC'd back. Round 3 is where I played against Nitro. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, it really should. He's the really strong DBFZ player from New York. So, needless to say, I had my work cut out for me. It was kind of a close game 1. I took a round off of him, so I took a round off of him in game 1. But after that, I got destroyed in game 2. I think I had some close rounds though, so I'm proud that I got that far. Oh, we got one whole round, dude. Oh, okay. Nice where I press the button. Right, because I'm next to the corner. I can't burst this. Oh. Wow, that fucking beat my Alright, man. After playing for so long, to get into top 64 loser side, I would have to play against a May. I did take a game, and it went to game 3, but I think my fatigue finally caught up with me, and I made some pretty bad decisions. I definitely think that if I was playing better, that the May was free, but I'll have to hold that L since I was the one that couldn't sleep. Oh, I had to 6B that. What are you doing? Okay.
I got made. Hey, bro. GG's, I guess.
For some closing thoughts, I think I want to keep competing in this game. It's pretty fun so far, and I definitely need to shape up my tournament preparedness. It doesn't help that the average level of opponents that I'm playing when I'm just doing matchmaking isn't on the same level as tournament competition. So I think next time I'll seek out sets from local players to prepare for tournaments rather than just mashing on matchmaking. The next thing I think I'll do is do some replay analysis. It's a bit early in the game for that kind of analysis, but I think identifying my own weaknesses as a player would be a good way to improve, so maybe I'll just try that. But yeah, overall, the CLG Burst Series was a blast to participate in, despite it being an online tournament. Shout out to Logan and Tim who came through to the stream sometimes to hang out. But yeah, if you guys want to catch me training, playing matches, or playing in tournaments, go on ahead and follow me over at twitch.tv/KissShowAce. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below.